Okay, it's me again. I'm gonna give you all some interesting facts about Nepal. 10 of them. Let's go. Nepal is a small landlocked country with the Himalayas of Tibet to the east and the plains of India to the west. The two main faiths here are Hinduism and Buddhism. But according to a kid I met on the street, it's actually Hinduism, Buddhism, and tourism. The birthplace of the Buddha is Lumbini, Nepal. And Hindi and Nepali actually both share the same Devanagari script. That's why it's kind of easy for them to understand both, even though it is two very different languages. 8 of the 10 tallest mountains in the world reside within the borders of Nepal, the most famous being Mount Everest. In 1953, Tenzing Norgay, a Sherpa of Nepal, and Sir Edmund Hillary from New Zealand were the first 2 men to reach the summit. The name Kathmandu in Nepali translates to wooden house because in the 16th century, the Kathmandu city was built around the temple in Durbar Square, which is said to be built from one single tree. Dal bhat and momos are the 2 national dishes of Nepal. Momos being a steamed or fried dumpling with usually chicken, vegetables, or buffalo meat. And dal bhat is like a lentil curry with mixed vegetables curry and some pickles and rice. 2 of the main dishes, very good. I've had both actually already. Unlike India, Nepal was never colonized by the British or any other nation for that matter. The British did try twice though, but both times they were unsuccessful due to the fearlessness of the Gorkha warriors. In Nepal, there is an old saying, as I mentioned in my last video, but I screwed up a little bit on saying it because the Gorkha beer was a little strong. It goes, if a man says he is not afraid of death, he is either a liar or he is a Gorkha. Jai Nepal, Jai Nepal, Jai Nepal. Okay, I just came across a lassi shop. Let's get a lassi then. और भाई साहब, मैंने एक lassi चाहिए जी. कितना पैसा ये? थोड़ा, एक थोड़ा lassi. 50? Okay. 50 rupees for a lassi. Let me get my money out. भाई साहब, ये मेरा धन्यवाद भाई साहब. Excellent lassi. I approve of this lassi. No, नहीं चाहिए जी. धन्यवाद. जय नेपाल. जय नेपाल. Bye bye. Bye bye. Excellent lassi. Nepal is the only country in the world with a non-rectangular flag. Instead, they use a double triangular flag, right here. Jai Nepal! Jai Nepal! Nepal was once part of the hippie trail in the 60s and 70s, where travelers would come through Afghanistan and Pakistan and India and Nepal, even into Thailand and Southeast Asia, seeking out cannabis that grew naturally and abundantly in the area. And there's even a street in Kathmandu called Freak Street where all the hippies were known to stay and spend their time there. Most of Nepali citizens live in rural areas and rely on self-sufficient farming to survive. This in turn does not contribute to the GDP of the economy of Nepal. And therefore, sadly, 50% of citizens live on just less than $1 a day. Nepal is home to 11 Kumari Goddesses. These are all young girls chosen, with parental consent of course, to be worshipped as a real-life goddess. This is the only goddess worshipped by both Buddhists and Hindus. They even hold a higher position than the Prime Minister. When the Prime Minister sees this little girl, they have to actually bow to her. Also, when they're being carried around the home or into the street, they have to literally be carried by another person as their feet cannot touch the floor. That would make them impure. Also, once the Kumari have their first menstruation cycle, they're no longer Kumari. They go on to live a normal life, but they cannot ever marry. Very small taxis here in Kathmandu. Very small taxis. hard being 6 feet tall. This is my favorite fact out of all of these. Very interesting. The peak of Mount Everest is made up of marine limestone. That means around 470 million years ago, the Indian subcontinent was completely submerged underwater. Also, I thought I would just give everybody a look of what the Nepali money looks like here. Here we have 1,000, which is like $10, 500, $5, 100, $1, 50, 50 cents, 20, 20 cents, 10, 10 cents, 5, 5 cents. Really cool looking money as well. And they kind of all just like get like from large to small in denomination. I finally know what it feels like to be a rich man. Wow, feels great.